welcome to this week's Christmassy edition of the Explicit Gamer Podcast. I'm Dave, aka Shadow Turian.
And I'm John, aka X42 Alpha.
In this week's show, we're going to talk about more of what's going on in the gaming world and what we feel will be relevant to whoever our listeners are, including more information about GTA 5, including dismissing some rumours,
information about the upcoming map pack for Battlefield 3, Back to Karkand,
reactions from the release of Assassin's Creed Revelations, including personal views from us,
information about the upcoming Ghost Recon Future Soldier and some basic information involving the gameplay and online components.
Information about the announced Rainbow Six sequel and a small analysis of the trailer and a personal speculation about what the game will entail.
And finally, information about The Witcher coming to consoles, or so the developers say. Right, let's get the show on the road.
Okay, so moving on to the GTA 5 rumour dismissal. So GTA 5 rumours have been overflowing forums and gaming sites from around the world. Even magazines are getting in on the action, mentioning quotes and confirmations from so-called Rockstar insiders. Rockstar themselves are keeping very tight-lipped about it all, but they have emerged to dismiss some of the bogus information that has been circulating.
One of these rumours include the rumour of Tommy Vercetti, protagonist of GTA Vice City, returning to be the main character in the 5th iteration. People have been claiming that Ray Liotta, Tommy's voice actor, voiced the trailer, and that the character seen looking at the city skyline was indeed an older rendition of Tommy. But unfortunately, those rumours were dampened by representatives of Ray, claiming that he will not be making a return in the 5th game. Whether
this is true or not, or whether Rockstar have told Ray's reps to keep closed up about the information is uncertain as of yet, but it sort of stands to reason that Rockstar have always created new and different characters for each of the entries into Grand Theft Auto series of games, making it unlikely that we'll see an old character returning for the new game.
Yeah, I think to be honest, that's about right, really. It's always been a new character every single game.
Well, it went from... Who was it in GTA 3? What was his name? I can never remember his name because he doesn't speak. I can't remember his name. But then it went to Tommy Vercetti, and then it was CJ off San Andreas, and then
Nico Bellic.
Yeah. And even like the spin-offs.
Like, they had different characters, didn't they?
Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories. They both had different characters.
Yeah.
So I really can't see them like keeping
going back to the same
character.
No, not until later on. I mean, they might do it in a later game in the series just to refer back to show that they're still going from their roots. Really,
I think I remember reading in a magazine somewhere that they said it might have multiple playable characters like as the main character, which I can't see that working, or I can't see that happening because GTA's never done that.
No, GTA's always been famed for the fact that it's concentrated around one character, and they rarely verge from the path. It's always about that central character in the storyline. To be honest, I mean, there's no.
It adds to the immersion of the game, really, doesn't it? If they keep the one character, because then you can build up more of a relationship with that character and the people that character knows.
Yeah, exactly. And the story's always more personal when it's just one character instead of being multiple characters. It kind of spreads it out too thin. Right, moving on. As soon as Rockstar confirm more about the game, we will either post it on the site or talk about it in future podcasts. But don't expect Rockstar to be very forthcoming, as they have been known to keep major details about their newest games under wraps until the very end of the development cycle.
Oh, and just some new news about GTA 3. Because it's the 10th anniversary, we have actually posted this on the website in the news section. It is now coming to iOS and Android mobile phones and tablet computers. The list of phones and tablets supported is a bit short, but it does include some of the lower-end devices, meaning that you're not in the dark if you missed the whole dual-core revolution earlier this year.
Right, so moving on to Battlefield 3, Back to Karkand map pack.
The map pack was released last week for the PS3 on the 6th and is out tomorrow for PC and Xbox 360.
The free map pack, only free if you pre-ordered the game and bought it on release, includes 4 new maps brought over from Battlefield 2, reimagined in HD, including some small tweaks, 10 new weapons, 5 new vehicles, 5 new achievements and trophies, and a new addition to the series, assignments.
The maps included are Strike at Karkand, Gulf of Oman, Wake Island, and Sharkey Peninsula.
Personally, since I've only got Battlefield 3 on the Xbox, I obviously haven't played it. I'm not expecting it to be anything less than brilliant though, especially with DICE's track record of good expansion packs for their previous games. Also, it'll be cool to be able to revisit some of the old maps from Battlefield 2 with all the new features Battlefield 3 brings to the table.
I really want to try it because I never played that much Battlefield 2 online, so I really want to get in onto the new map packs.
No, exactly. I bought it on PC a while ago, but to be honest, it was quite hard to go back when you're in 2011, it's quite hard to go back to a game that was made like 7 years ago. So
I don't think it's as immersive. I don't think PC games are as immersive unless you get like a really good RTS. Because I think RTS and simulation are better on PC.
And a really good PC.
Well,
so if you've got a really good PC, then you can usually add some stuff on to make it a bit more immersive.
Yeah. Overall, though, I've enjoyed Battlefield 3 so far, and I don't exactly want to give it up anytime soon.
No, definitely not. I mean, the maps that they've already got in it are really good. I mean, you know, they're really well designed. There's some good choke points, but it's also good for massive multiplayer. I mean, I know that it's nothing compared to the PC version, you know, obviously, since they were favouring the PC version, but still brilliant experience on the Xbox. Really good online, really good party system.
I can't wait to get it because I bought the game on release. And I got the limited
same
edition
here.
one as well.
Yeah, same here. So we'll be getting that for free.
We'll give you some news on them when we get our hands on them.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated with all that's going on. We'll also probably post some reviews. Post some reviews.
Individual map reviews. Probably.
Yeah, probably. Right, next up is Assassin's Creed Revelations. The game was released last month, and we just thought we'd talk about the reaction the game's had after release. Well, I've got to say, been getting some really decent reviews. I mean, I was surprised seeing that they've stretched the storyline out quite a bit now. I mean, it's getting quite old. Ezio's getting quite old. Well, he is. He's like an old man now.
What is he, 200? At least?
Probably, knowing them. But, I mean, it wasn't just the reviews so much, it was also the user review. A lot of player reviews were saying that they felt that it was probably the best in the series. I mean, apart from the first one, a lot of people love the first one.
Well, I've got to say, I think the first one was probably my favourite because it was just the first in the series, and you can never beat the first in the series.
Nah, they can do whatever they want with it. Add some more features, add some more storylines, or blah blah blah, whatever. You never capture the cinematic kind of feeling as the first game. The first in the trilogy was a really good game.
It's just the way they get the game out there, isn't it? They've got to make it really appealing, the first one, and then they just the next ones, they kind of string you along a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And they're trying to spread the story out so it covers enough of the games. But this seems to be pretty good. I mean,
I've got to say, I've heard a lot of high praise off people. I've asked a few people playing it while they've been on like Xbox Live or PlayStation, and they've said it is really good.
Yeah, I mean that's surely something. That surely says something about the game. I mean, if a lot of people are saying it's good, even including the players, because sometimes you get good critic reviews, but then the players turn around and they say they don't like it. There's some features that have been taken out they don't like.
Yeah.
I mean, usually that's the sort of thing.
Have they actually removed any features from this one?
No, they've added. I mean, there's some new. There's, for example, bombs. You got like sort of oldie world plastic explosives. They're like you can strap them to things, blow up buildings, things like that. I mean, it was shown in the first trailer from E3. Him strapping it to the tower. Those bombs, and it blew up the tower. Took the chain across that was stopping people from getting out of the harbour. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, could you imagine if they had the destruction physics of Battlefield to that game?
Yeah, exactly.
Towers would collapse. Venice would be no more.
Yeah, exactly. It'd just be that there'd just be millions of people running around just destroying the city.
Exactly. It'd be like wreaked havoc.
I know. Yeah, exactly. But also, I think though they're taking it a bit too far with the gadgets. I mean, they've added a flamethrower in. That seems a bit silly
for
to me.
Renaissance Italy, that is a bit much.
It is a bit much. I can't imagine, even with Leonardo da Vinci, him being
the genius
that he was. I can't see him developing a flamethrower in the Renaissance Italy. That's pushing it slightly.
It's a bit far fetched.
Yeah,
they need to kind of get back to the roots,
realism,
of keeping it like a bit real.
That was the good thing about Assassin's Creed 1, wasn't it? I mean, referring back to it was quite realistic as far as the approach went. The storyline was good.
Although he couldn't swim.
Yeah, that was a bit... Yeah, but then again, in those days...
How many people could swim?
Yeah, exactly. There was no swimming lessons. Didn't have bloody Northgate Arena.
Oh. Yeah. Anyway, we're sure to be seeing something along the lines of DLC to supplement the main game soon enough. That's on the assumption that the release will go anything like the second game of Brotherhood. Stay tuned for more information on those either hitting the site or being mentioned in future podcasts.
Right, next up is Ghost Recon Future Soldier. Much anticipated game for both of us, the newest iteration in Ubisoft's tactical shooter series. This entry seems to up the ante even more so than the last few games.
Features like being able to organise elimination of targets by coordination between your team AI, or, if you're online, your friends. As always with the Ghost Recon series trademark, the entirety of the campaign will be available online cooperatively with 3 of your friends.
Another cool feature would be the optical camouflage. This makes any of the ghosts instantly invisible, massively improving your tactical advantage over the battlefield and stealthy manoeuvres.
The game is also compatible with Kinect, with voice commands and actions being an extra treat in-game. Combine this with the cooperative tactics, and this is going to be the closest you're ever going to get to actually being in the future of warfare.
Also, customization is going to be a massive part of Future Soldier. Guns and armour can be customised in just about every single way, including going down to the gas management parts of the firearm. Kinect will also have some compatibility here, being able to take apart the gun with hand gestures, and even do training missions with hand gestures to fire the gun. Noting that because of Kinect's restrictions when it comes to sensing your fingers, you're going to look a bit of a tool.
Not much has been confirmed about the online component, apart from the co-op, but given speculation to previous entries in the series, there should be some sort of competitive multiplayer brought to the table. Combining the new features like camouflage and cooperative organised shooting patterns, it should be absolutely brilliant. As always, when more information about the game becomes available, it should be on the site or in future podcasts, so stay tuned.
Right, now moving on to Rainbow Six Patriots. May not actually be the final title. Following on from Ubisoft's tactical third-person shooter series, we've got some more information on their other awesome shooter series, Rainbow Six.
The game has been kept under wraps until recently, where a trailer was revealed, although apparently it is an actual gameplay footage. It just uses the engine that they're planning on using for the full game. Unfortunately, though, it's not due out until 2013.
The trailer doesn't really reveal much as far as the game goes, but it does show the game has a massive concentration on realism, simulation and immersion.
The graphics used in the demo are incredible, and there's an obvious concentration on realism as far as gameplay goes. If this is completely different from the real game, it will be a disappointment because this looks stunning.
Other than the beauty and realism of the game, it seems to also focus on multiple choice style systems. At one point, a man running over a bridge strapped full of C4 with a remote detonator is cornered by the SWAT team the character being played is part of. He seems to have the choice on whether to throw the bomb-straddled man off the bridge and save lives, or wait for the bomb squad to get there and disarm the bomb. The choice made in the trailer is to throw him overboard, but we can imagine that these decisions carry heavy consequences later in the game.
Nevertheless, this looks amazing. With on-screen button prompts telling you your choices, it looks to be a little bit like the system previously seen in PS3's exclusive adventure game Heavy Rain.
This may come as a bit of a surprise, as these two games are completely different, but this could be the future of all FPS games. If this kind of immersion becomes popular, who knows what franchises like Battlefield or Call of Duty could do with it. We may be thinking ahead of ourselves here, but this is very promising indeed.
Apart from the snippet we got in this trailer, there's nothing else really to go by. Ubisoft have stressed that the game is going to be different from what's demonstrated in the trailer, but here's to hoping it's not completely different, because the game looks very competent as it is.
Yeah, I've got to say, the trailer was amazing. I was so stunned by it. I just couldn't believe how good it looked. I mean, it's got to be amazing, to be honest.
I just want to go now.
I want
to have a go on it, as it is.
Just as it is, because I mean, this concept, if they change it too much, it's going to ruin it, to be honest.
I also like the way that you actually switch roles in game. It's like you go from actually the position of the man running across the bridge strapped with C4 to actually sniping from the roof of a bridge.
Exactly, taking out hostiles, things like that. It's just I mean, to be honest, it was running on the PS3 and the graphics looked amazing. I mean, truly amazing. If this is the future of what games are going to look like, we're in for a real treat. I'd
love it if they did it with like Battlefield and Call of Duty, because it would make the Call of Duty series so much better than what it is at the moment.
It's just getting stale now, isn't it? Let's face it.
I mean, Call of Duty 4 was probably the last good Modern Warfare, and it's really going downhill.
I remember us going on about this in the last podcast.
It
seems to be a common trend, building a Munster podcast, just to sit here and complain about Call of Duty for 2 hours.
Well, I don't want to complain about it too much, because I actually do want to give it a go, because I don't want to be too biased against it, because it looks okay, but the story looks really good again, and it just
really short,
2
hours long.
Exactly.
No, to be fair, I mean, the most of the reason why we buy Call of Duty games is to play with our friends. I mean, you can pretty much guarantee everyone with a console has Call of Duty in some form. One of the series entries. I mean, you're not going to have problems finding people online, for example. I mean, millions of people play online.
I just don't understand the price difference.
I don't understand why they have to put it up another $5.
Anyway,
I mean, what?
Back on topic.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
New information about Rainbow Six will be posted as soon as it becomes available.
Right, we're going to move on to The Witcher, the console versions. Yes, that's right. The Witcher has been confirmed to be hitting consoles soon-ish.
It's been a really confusing year when concerning the uncertain future of the console rendition of The Witcher. Release dates have been thrown around, rumours have been all over the internet, and even an apparent developer cancellation of the game. But now, according to the official statement, the console versions of this fantastic Western RPG are coming, but may not be here for a while.
Developer CD Projekt have confirmed the Xbox 360 version of the game will be properly enhanced and not just a simple port over to the consoles.
The new game engine, the Red engine, also allows the developers some space, meaning that The Witcher 2 could be one of the best looking games on a console when it finally hits store shelves.
Although the developers themselves stated this, they did not, however, state a release schedule for the game. Websites have cited early 12 as a possibility, but until the developers confirm this, we're just going to have to cross our fingers and hope for the best.
I can't see it being 2012. I reckon late 2012, early 2013.
Yeah, we're going to be. To be honest, it was delayed like 5 times and it's still not out. So I mean, I can't see it going any further. To be honest, it's just going to be one of those. You're just going to have to hope for it.
This year's not going to be going well because we've got like 3 games that are meant to be coming out in 2013, and the world's meant to end this year. So we might not see any of them.
Damn! I mean, why do all the good games can't they squeeze them all into 2012 so we at least get a few of them before we die?
Stay tuned until 12th of the 12th, 2012.
Yeah, exactly.
On the 12th hour of the 12th minute.
Yeah.
On the 12th second.
12th millisecond.
Yep.
Right, anyway.
I've got to say, though, back on topic to The Witcher, it does look really good. I've got to say, I wanted the PC version, but I don't think it would run on my PC.
No, recommended specs include 1.5 gigs of graphics RAM.
I don't think I've got that. I've got 512 MB.
I've got 256 MB and it's on a laptop. I'm not going very well.
No, I actually got recommended this game when I asked for a really good PC game, and I got recommended it, and I really, really wanted it, but I had a look at the specs and I was just like,
yeah, that's
damn.
Disappointing.
Yeah, which is kind of really unfortunate. Anyway, as soon as we hear anything about this promising RPG, we will make it available to all, so keep those fingers crossed.
And now to bring this to an end, thank you very much for listening to us basically natter on about games for a while and provide some feedback on what you think of it all.
As always, keep us posted on what you think what your views are, and if you're not yet a member of the website, head over to explicitgamer.webs.com and sign up. It's free, and we promise to support our members as much as we possibly can. And from the both of us, have a very Merry Christmas and a spangly New Year.
Yeah, Dave had to say that.